In Italy, you can take out a bank loan and pay it back in cheese. I am not joking. That is a real sentence about a real country. This is also the country where the national sport from 500 years ago is basically a street fight in fancy dress, where people wear tiny red horns around their necks to block curses from jealous neighbors, and where this entire nation, birthplace of an empire that once ruled half the known world, is officially younger than the United States. That country is Italy. I just landed in Rome, and in the first 10 minutes, a Vespa has already tried to end me. 3 times. The same Vespa. I think it was personal. My train into the city was delayed. The reason was a strike. Not a strike about my specific train. A strike about trains in general as a concept for the day. I watched a man in a very expensive suit argue with a ticket machine for 20 minutes. Then they both gave up at the exact same moment and walked away in opposite directions, like they had negotiated a settlement. I stood on the platform and thought about this for a while. Welcome to Italy, the country that built roads the entire world still drives on, and then decided that none of that means anything has to start on time, ever. Now, before anything else, how did this country become what it is? Because the story is simple and completely wild at the same time. 2,000 years ago, Rome ran most of the known world. Then Rome fell. Then, for the next 1,400 years, Italy was not really a country at all. It was just a collection of small kingdoms, constantly fighting each other, regularly taken over by France or Spain depending on which century you checked. Italy only became one single country in 1861. That makes Italy younger than the United States. America had already been going for 85 years before Italy even had a flag everyone agreed on. Then, less than 100 years later, Italy rebuilt itself at extraordinary speed and became home to Fiat, Ferrari, and a tiny car called the 500 that somehow became a national mascot. From empire to chaos to one of the most recognized cultures on the planet, all in roughly 2,000 years, which in Italian terms is basically a long weekend. Facts. 6 of them. Buckle up. This country does not do normal. Fact number 1. This bank does not just hold your money. It holds 400,000 wheels of cheese. The bank is called Credito Emiliano. They have a climate-controlled vault, like a proper bank vault, big metal door and everything, filled entirely with Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. People use the cheese as loan collateral because it gets more valuable as it ages. The older it gets, the more it is worth. I asked if I could open an account using the snacks currently in my backpack, a granola bar, half a banana, and some crackers. The answer was no. The answer was immediate, and it was final. Fact number 2. This sport is 500 years old, and it looks like rugby, wrestling, and a street fight all at the same time in costume. It is called Calcio Fiorentino, played on a giant sandpit in the middle of Florence in full Renaissance clothing with almost no rules. I watched for 20 minutes. Someone got thrown roughly 4 meters through the air. Nobody stopped the game. Nobody even looked up. The referee appeared to be enjoying himself the most out of everyone. I have never seen anything more chaotic in my life, and I once tried to cross a street in Rome on foot. Fact number 3. They flooded an entire village to build a dam. One bell tower refused to disappear. Up in the north, at Lake Resia, a whole village went underwater in 1950. Almost everything vanished, except one old church bell tower from the 1300s, which still sticks straight out of the lake today. Completely alone, completely calm, like it has a point to make. In winter, the lake freezes solid and you can walk across the ice right up to it. I did not sleep well after seeing this. I am still thinking about it right now. Fact number 4. In Rome, hurting a stray cat can get you sent to jail. The cats know this. Stray cats are legally protected as part of the city's cultural heritage. Entire colonies of them live inside 2,000-year-old ruins, fully protected by law, completely unbothered by the history around them, and absolutely in charge of everything. I did a blinking contest with a cat sitting on a column from the Roman Forum. I blinked first. It did not. I lost. The cat has not thought about me since. Fact number 5. A jealous look can curse you here. The cure involves olive oil and a tiny red horn. It is called the malacchio, the evil eye, and people take it seriously. The traditional remedy involves olive oil, a bowl of water, and a small red horn-shaped charm called a cornicello, worn to deflect the curse. A street vendor looked at me, then looked very specifically at my backpack, and decided I needed one immediately, before I had even finished stopping. I did not argue. I am wearing it right now. The vendor seemed very certain. I have chosen to trust the vendor. Fact number 6. I ordered one drink in Italy. I was given an entire dinner I never asked for. This is called Aperitivo, and it is not happy hour. It is a tradition with rules, with expectations, with a social contract. You order one drink, often a bright orange Aperol Spritz, and in return, you receive a table full of snacks that can comfortably replace dinner. I was given bread, olives, small fried things, cheese, and then more small fried things of a slightly different shape. I ordered one drink. I had dinner. I am calling this lunch from now on. I am calling it lunch for the rest of my life. The food, 4 stops. Because 6 facts were apparently not enough chaos for one afternoon. Food stop number 1, real Neapolitan pizza in Naples. There are official rules for this. A group called the AVPN controls the dough, the tomatoes, the cheese, and even the oven temperature, which must sit between 430 and 480 degrees Celsius. The pizza cooks in about 90 seconds. I watched a chef stretch dough into a perfect circle without looking at it once, while having a full conversation with someone behind him about something completely unrelated. I have never in my life felt less talented at anything. I attempted to stretch a small piece of dough. It tore immediately. The chef did not look up. Food stop number 2, carbonara. I asked very casually whether cream was traditional. The whole restaurant went quiet. Real carbonara is eggs, pecorino romano, guanciale, and black pepper. That is the entire list. Someone at the next table put their fork down. I was looked at the way you look at someone who has said something deeply wrong in a library or a church or both at the same time. I have learned my lesson. There is no cream. There was never any cream. There will never at any point in the future be any cream. This is now my belief system. Food stop number 3, gelato. It is not ice cream, and I will argue this point with anyone who pushes me. It has less fat, it is served a little warmer, and it is churned more slowly, which somehow makes it denser and silkier at the same time. This should not be possible, and yet here we are. I ordered 2 flavors, then a third, purely for research purposes. The research was extremely thorough. I am considering a fourth flavor. It is for science. Food stop number 4. Espresso. Sit down for your coffee in Italy and the price doubles. You are paying rent on the chair. Espresso is supposed to be drunk standing up at the counter in under 30 seconds like a professional. I sat down. I paid the chair tax. I drank it slowly. I regret nothing. It was a genuinely great chair, and I stand by my decision. 2 things explain Italy better than anything I have seen here. The first is la passeggiata, the evening walk. Every single evening, whole towns walk slowly through the same streets, dressed well, greeting people, being greeted, seeing and being seen. It is not exercise. It is not going anywhere specific. It is just the whole town agreeing quietly to exist in the same place at the same time on purpose every day. The second is Sunday lunch. Sunday lunch in Italy is not a meal. It is a 4-hour event with multiple courses, at least one argument, and at least one moment, where everyone at the table laughs at the exact same thing at the exact same time. Nobody leaves early. Nobody even considers it. Italy is 2,000 years old and 165 years old at the same time, in the same place. It invented half the rules the rest of the world still follows, then quietly decided most of those rules do not apply to lunch, to schedules, or to ordering a cappuccino after 11 in the morning. If you are new here, I am Bumo. I travel the entire world, one country at a time, every single week. I have a panda passport, a green backpack, a cornicello charm I'm still wearing just in case, and fur that is now on a 17-step Korean skincare routine from the last episode. Subscribe so you never miss where I land next. I read every single comment, every single one. Ciao.